Hello and welcome to this lecture. And today we are going to discuss the topic apoptosis. So, first of all, we will see the definition of apoptosis. It is defined as a form of coordinated and internally programmed cell death having significance in variety of physiological and pathological conditions. So we need to understand that this is known as programmed cell death, and this term was first introduced in 1972. It has been distinct from necrosis. If we compare the term necrosis and then we can compare apoptosis, they are different because apoptosis is programmed death of the cell, whereas necrosis is not a programmed cell death, and usually it occur because of the pathological conditions. So first of all we need to understand that what are the physiological or biological process that occur during apoptosis, and we will go one by one. So when we take a look of physiological process of apoptosis, in the slides they mention, I'm going to show you few examples from the physiological process. For example, this is actually known as organ sculpting. As in the first point, when we read the physiological process, they're talking about organized cell destruction in sculpting of tissues during development of embryo. And when we talk about sculpting, it means the section of the organ has been destroyed in a programmed manner during development of any organism or development of any mammal. Like you can see in the case of we have the frog, which have the tail in the beginning but later on has been reduced or removed. So this is a key example of programmed cell death, and that occur with time, and it is also be seen in the developmental processes as well. So this is a first example of physiological apoptosis. Then when we take a look of the second point, the physiological involvement of cell in hormones dependent tissues. So we take a look of the next slide. Here, this is a common example of menstrual cycle, which act like a hormone dependent.
Estrogen levels fall after menopause, or when a woman stops menstruating.
Then the third one is the normal cell destruction, followed by the replacement proliferation such as intestinal epithelium. And the fourth one is involution of thyme in early age.
What are the functions of thymus? T cells created by the thymus also help other organs in the immune system grow properly.
When we take a look on pathological process, it is known as cell death in tumors exposed to chemotherapeutics. Cell death by cytotoxic T cells in immune mechanism such as in graft versus host disease and rejection reactions.
Chronic graft versus host disease occurs when the new bone marrow stem cells, called the graft, recognize your child as different from what they expect. The graft contains donor white blood cells called lymphocytes, which distinguish between cells that belong in the body and those that do not. During chronic graft versus host disease, The graft sends out lymphocytes to attack your child's organs and tissues. The new stem cells can damage organs such as the liver, skin, or bowel.
Then it can be seen in progressive depletion of CD4 T cells in the pathogenesis of AIDS, cell death because of the viral infections such as hepatitis, cell death in viral infections, for example, the formation of the concealment bodies in viral hepatitis. So these are example of pathological apoptosis. Then we have the cell that in response to low dose of injurious agents that is involving the causation of necrosis, for example, radiation, hypoxia, and mild thermal injuries. In the 5 point, when we talk about some of the drug or agent that is responsible for causing the necrosis or radiation or hypoxia. So it could be any chemical that could be cause programmed cell death or can be leads to necrosis. Then in next point, we're talking about degenerative disease of central nervous system. For example, Alzheimer disease or Parkinson disease or chronic infective dementias. Then we have the heart disease in acute myocardial infarction. These are example of pathologic processes. When we take a look of microscopic characteristics, we found that there are some characteristics that can be seen under light microscope and electron microscope. So it could be possible for the formation of single cells or small clusters of cell in the background of viable cells. The apoptotic cells are round to oval, shrunken mass. If you take a look on this structure, these are round in size and oval. They also contain eosinophilic cytoplasm. You can see this structure are bright pink in color, dark color because of the presence of eosinophilic cytoplasm. Then the next thing that will be key observed is the nuclear chromatin is condensed and the term is known as pycnosis. If we remember the slide before we discuss, I'm going back to the previous slides. In cognitive necrosis, when we discuss about the nucleus of the cell and the nuclear changes from normal cell to karyolysis, and then we have the intermediate stage like pycnosis, where we can see the nucleus has been shrunk from big size to a small shrunk size. So the reduce in diameter or size of the nucleus will be key observed in the morphological features of apoptosis. The cell membrane may show bleb or projection on the surface. If you see in this structure, and the shell shrinks and then they forming the apoptotic bodies. So the bulb which has been produced under apoptotic conditions has been shrunk and forming these bodies. But it may show, or it may not show. It is not necessary to produce in apoptosis, whereas in necrosis the bulb will be formed. If we compare with the apoptosis and in necrosis. In necrosis, there will be the formation of bulb, whereas in apoptosis, usually it may form or it may not form. But if the bulb is formed, then later on it will be transformed into apoptotic bodies. The difference between necrosis and apoptosis is in apoptosis, there is no acute inflammatory reaction around apoptosis. And you can see the difference in this slide as well, that inflammatory reaction occur in the necrosis, whereas in apoptosis there will be no inflammatory mediators. So what will happen? These apoptotic bodies will be phagocytosed with the help of macrophages. So then how can we compare the difference between apoptosis and necrosis? We will see some basic differences. Number one, in apoptosis is a programmed cell death, whereas necrosis is not a programmed cell death. It is caused because of degradation of tissues such as fat necrosis, coagulative necrosis, cheeses necrosis. In apoptosis, the causative agents may be either a physiological process or sometimes it could be a pathological process. Whereas in necrosis, it could be caused because of the chemicals, toxins, hypoxia. So pathological process must be in the necrosis, whereas apoptosis it may be or it may not be. The third main difference is no inflammatory reactions, whereas in necrosis there will be inflammatory reaction, the formation of lymphocytes, whereas in the apoptosis there will be no formation of any lymphocytes or inflammatory reactions. Apoptosis is a death of single cell, whereas in necrosis there will be many cells death. In apoptosis, the cell shrinkage, such as for example, we see the example of the frog tail, which has been removed with time. Whereas in necrosis, there will be cell swelling initially. So the necrosis is start from swelling, as we discussed in last lecture, and that swelling then leads to shrinkage of the organ, as we discussed last time. Whereas apoptosis, there will be no swelling, so thus we have the shrinkage of the cells. Then the next difference is cytoplasmic bulb will be produced on the membrane, whereas in necrosis there will be membrane disruption. Apoptotic bodies will be formed in apoptosis, whereas in necrosis there will be damaged organelles, as we discussed before that the nuclear material has been lost, or nucleus has been fragmented. Then chromatin condensation has been occurred in apoptosis, whereas nuclear disruption we already discussed. So these are the main morphological differences when we compare apoptosis and necrosis. Then we talk about the molecular changes. In apoptosis, there will be lysosomes and other organelles intact. Whereas in necrosis, the lysosomal breakdown occur with the liberation of hydrolytic enzymes, as we discussed before. So this is the biggest difference between apoptosis and necrosis. In necrosis, there will be the lysosomal breakdown with the liberation of hydrolytic enzymes, whereas in this case, the lysosomes and other organelles are keep intact. Then the main difference between apoptosis and necrosis is the initiation of apoptosis by the loss of signals of the normal cells, survival, and by action of agents injurious to cells. It could be triggered by the intrinsic factors. It could be triggered by the intrinsic factors. We will discuss later on in detail. Whereas when we compare the necrosis, it could be caused because of the ischemia, hypoxia, chemical agents, physical agents, then leads to the cell death because of the ATP depletion, membrane damage, or free radical injuries like ROS, reactive oxygen species. And these reactive oxygen species is responsible for producing cancer. Whereas in the apoptosis, it is a programmed cell death triggered by the intrinsic factors or programmed cell death by activating the capsaicin. We will discuss this all in detail in future lectures. So thank you so much for today's lecture.